This is Hanging with Hayes, the podcast where real life takes center stage. I'm your host, Chelsea, wife, virtual assistant, photographer, dog mom, and entrepreneur. Join me as I dive into the everyday experiences that shape our lives, relationships, and everything in between. Remember, these are my personal opinions, so take them with a grain of salt. Get ready for candid conversations and genuine insights. Welcome to Hanging with Hayes.
Thanks for coming on my podcast.
You're welcome.
This is Courtney. She works with Zach. And I wanted to interview her on what it's like to be a heavy equipment operator as a female in a very heavily dominant as a male industry, and just talk about all that and yap.
Yap. We're yapping.
We're yapping.
We're yappers.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. So how did you get into heavy equipment operation? Was it just a dream, or did you kind of stumble upon it?
So my dad worked for a paving company here in Michigan about 25, maybe 30 years ago now. And my dad was a foreman for them. And so the owners of that company are like family. So when I had reached out to them, seeing what was available, because at this point I lived in South Dakota. Mm-hmm. So I moved home, and that's when I got into the actual heavy equipment. So they gave me a company, and I applied, and I got in, and I was kind of shocked.
Really? Why?
It was a big company, and come to find out that the company that approved me, actually a lot of the guys that were on my dad's paving crew worked there.
Oh.
So they didn't know I was coming until somebody said, "Hey, who is this girl? She's from a small town. Do you know her?" "Yep, sure do." So when I walked in my first day, there was all my dad's best friends, employees, ex-employees, and I'm like, sweet.
Is that intimidating?
What?
Like that part, was that intimidating, or was it just like, okay?
Yeah, it was a little intimidating, but I knew that I was going to be safe and like this was going to be fun. Mm-hmm. After hearing like all the stories when those guys were younger, and now I get to work with them.
How old were you when this happened?
20. Which part?
When you started there.
I was 24.
Oh, okay.
24.
And you're going to school though, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
In the union.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So what were the first challenges that you had starting?
Getting used to everybody, I would say, and then seeing equipment that I've never seen before, such as like scrapers.
Such a scrape.
They look like grub worms, but they go fast.
They're on steroids.
They are. They are.
That's hilarious. Grub worms.
They do. They the way they move and they turn, and they look lanky, and they're wobbly. They're like a toddler trying to walk.
It's like a drunk horse.
It is. It is. And it rides like one.
You've ridden a drunk horse?
Maybe vice versa.
My dad had a horse that ate fermented apples once when he was a kid, and it was
That'll do it. That'll do it.
He's like, we didn't know what was wrong with them, and then we realized that the apples were fermented. Do you remember your first day on the job, like with the company or with now?
I do. So we were doing a massive job that took like 3 years, and it was at a location that a farm my dad used to work for. And it was at their old farming building where they kept equipment. And so I showed up late on my first day.
Oops.
And
Did they tell you to go home?
No.
That's shocking, because a lot.
They gave me
on his old crew, if you were a minute late, they're like,
See you tomorrow.
No, they thought it was funny. They were giving me a bunch of crap, and of course there stands all of my dad's best friends, and they thought it was funny. And the only reason I was late was because our lowboy driver blocked the entrance to drop off a scraper. So I was actually on time. I just wasn't in the building for our meeting.
Lovely.
Right. So I was like, this is nice.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
Of course, all these guys staring at you like,
Right. And there's so many of them that I didn't know. And it's like, hey,
shit.
hi. And then there's my dad's friends that are like, yep, nothing's changed.
And that's, yeah. So what does a typical day look like for you?
Oh,
It's different every day.
this depends. Depends on what crew you're on, because we like to hop around. Now, if you're on finish crew, you have a relaxed day. It's easy going. You know what you're doing all day, and it's eventful. And then you have pipe crew. You're here. You're there.
You're
You don't know
everywhere.
what's going on. We have water shooting out of the ground, and now we're doing all sorts of maneuvers. We're doing all sorts of moving around. It's fast paced. It's very focused. It can get chaotic. So it all depends on what crew you're on, I guess, to really determine how your day's gonna go. But there's a lot of good days too on pipe crew. It's pretty laid back now and then, but
Now and then.
yeah. Easy days or hard days. You know, you could be there from 7 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night. It depends on what you got to do.
Yeah, it's like all the comments that I get that are like, well, he's in the union, your husband. He should be getting off at 3. I'm like, okay.
No.
Okay, sure. And then the whole, he's cheating on you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Proof?
We don't do that around
No.
here. I can barely get it.
knows.
I can barely get him to talk to me about pipe, let alone try and flirt with somebody else.
Right. And everybody knows he likes me. So.
Right. Ashley is in the books.
Ashley, yeah. For context, one of their coworkers calls me Ashley.
Because he can't remember Chelsea,
Ever.
but he can remember Ashley.
So funny. So I just go by Ashley now. It's
Right.
like, that's just my name. Yeah, when we saw him yesterday and he tried to say Chelsea, I'm like, I'm not Chelsea to you.
Yeah, I'm Ashley. Like, you don't have to be all cute now. It's
like, I know what you call me.
right.
So funny to me. It's like, what are you talking about? What is the most rewarding part of your job?
Making sure that the boys are well, that too, but for instance, now that I'm on pipe crew, making sure that the boys have all their parts and all their material, and making sure that I'm ahead of them so they aren't waiting on me. And sometimes it gets complicated because there's parts that I still haven't learned yet, because this is only my second year with pipe crew, and I came in the middle of last year.
I forgot it was the middle of the year.
Yeah, so I still have a lot to learn, but thankfully for phones and books and everything, I can take pictures and remember, okay, this is a valve box, or this is a, mega lug, or stuff like that. It's like it makes it easier and faster.
Yeah, that's true. Are there any misconceptions about heavy equipment operators that you want to clear up?
I can't even count on my hand of how many times I've seen this.
I know.
And being in the union,
Oh, yeah.
it gets worse. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. People, operators aren't shit. This and that. We catch a lot of hell because all we do is sit in the AC and we do nothing but pull levers, and we're bossy and we're grumpy, and
And then look at Zach. He never has his doors shut.
Right.
And he's still, he's told me many times that he still gets in trouble for getting out and doing shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, if it's hard to leave a cab because, when, like I said, when we're so busy, it's, yeah. Mm-hmm. And people give us so much crap, and sometimes the laborers, they get upset, and it's like, if I get out of this loader, I'm going to have to be right back in it because there's 7 of you, and somebody's going to be calling me for parts. So, yeah, there's a lot of misconception about us that it's insane. And all you can do is giggle about it because life goes on.
Yeah. Or prove them wrong.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. The amount of people that talk shit in my comments, they're like, oh, he's an operator. I'm like, well, he also earned that seat.
Yeah.
He was a laborer. He did that for 6 years.
And that's the thing, is the best operators come from the ground.
Yes.
And I have noticed that personally. And we have several guys that were laborers and now they're in a seat, and they would be somebody I would trust to work around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe it. I 100% believe that.
It makes a difference, and
they know how you feel.
Right. Yeah. And they know like everything that they need to do and what to watch for and how to, when you're down in the hole or like trench boxes, they know how to dig and how to look and how to find things and know the hand signals and all the precautions and trying to find gas lines, electric lines, anything, fiber lines. Those guys experience all of that we don't get to see.
Yeah.
Because half the time when we're digging in a hole, we don't get to see.
No.
You're staring at what's in front of you, but you cannot see depth of you. Mm-hmm. So you are trusting those laborers to guide you
literally
in that
with
way.
Your life.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree that laborers are the best ones that come in.
I believe that. Because, I mean, they have hands-on experience dealing with that shit.
Yeah. And they know how everything's supposed to be put together and how to, watch everything. If the sides are going to cave in, they can see right up ahead, and your operators, we do our best, but sometimes you can't always do that.
You're kind of blind.
Right. We don't know if there's water down below or what we got going or how much stone you're going to need. Just like me when I'm in a loader, Zach will say, hey, I need 2 buckets of stone. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I can't see down there. So it's nice to know that, the laborers tell, hey, 2 buckets of stone, Zach, 2 buckets. It's really nice to the communication, the hand signals and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Zach and I were at breakfast this morning and we were talking about texting. Because I don't know how we got in that conversation. Oh, our waitress had said something to Zach. She's like, do you have your doors open? Or she said, are you sitting in the AC or do you have, and he goes, no, I have my doors open. I've always got the doors open so I could talk to the guys.
Right.
And she goes, well, you don't have a walkie-talkie or a headset or anything? And I was like, that's honestly a really good question. I'm like, why don't they have that?
We had walkie-talkies last year.
He said that he's like,
up
in what?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, we had headsets. We had walkie-talkies last year at a big job site that we were putting water main in, and I think we screwed around more on them than we actually used them.
I can't believe that. I can believe that.
But yeah, it made communication a lot easier, but it also makes it a lot harder because, say, your laborers are down in the hole, somebody's grinding on a pipe or, it makes it hard. So now you got to stop, try and listen,
True.
That kind of thing. And I guess the other thing is like, your walkie-talkie, you got to actually like grab it and hold it.
True.
Now, there's certain spots in the loader and excavators to where we were able to clip ours, but still you have to push the button to talk.
Yeah.
So it's a benefit on slow days, but then it's not,
Yeah, that would be.
And headsets are really hard because them guys are sweating. Mm-hmm. They got hard hats on. I have an earpiece in my thing, and it fits just perfectly under my hard hat, but those guys got to listen for things. They got to watch your operator. He's trying to, yell stuff. And sometimes them guys get 25 feet down into the ground. Hearing gets hard.
Freak the fuck out.
hearing
I'm so claustrophobic. There's no way.
Yeah, hearing gets hard, and it's hard for me to listen. So that's why, like, when I'm in my loader and stuff, that my windows are open and the music's turned down. Everything. I'll even turn the AC down just to hear. You know, it's just one of those things. And then sometimes you get in blind spots where, you know, Zach will throw up, you know, 2 buckets stone. Okay, I barely caught his finger. Is he wanting like sand or is he wanting stone? And then I gotta ask again. So all you can do is laugh about it.
Yeah. I mean, his hearing is also iffy sometimes, but
I think we all are.
although sometimes, like, I'll be having a conversation with somebody on the other side of the room and he can repeat everything I just said. So I'm kind of like,
Right.
sir,
Right.
hear things. Like, what the... Dude, when was it? When it was like his last year of being a laborer. He sent me a picture. I will never forget it. I cried. I'm like, never send me that again. He was down in the hole, like the trench box was around him and he was just looking up. I'm like, nope, don't want to see that.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is, you know, when it's different looking down in those boxes
Oh yeah.
than when you're actually in them.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
have a fear of being buried alive. So that,
And, you know, and sometimes, you know, you get in some of these excavators, some of them are new and some of them are old. So, you know, thankfully Zach's a good operator to where, you know, them guys are down in the hole. He may not see them, but he's, you know, we have guys that whistle in certain ways. And I even have, I've even like picked up their whistles of like, okay, he just whistled twice. That means sand. One means stone.
perfect.
But they whistle it in certain ways to where, okay, I know what he wants. That's what I'm gonna get.
I love
so
that, though.
It's really cool that
That is nice.
you come up with a plan and it goes from there.
That's really smart, though. I mean, you're not like yelling, say.
Yeah. Or if you can't see them, sometimes, you know, we have some big excavators. I mean, we have 374s and stuff, and you can't see because the boom covers the whole window.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So I'm like a peeping Tom. I'm looking at Zach like, what do you need? And he's like, what? And I'm like, stone, sand? Oh, I don't need nothing. Oh, okay.
Peeping Tom. I can't.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, my God. That is so funny. So, being a female in this kind of career, what inspired you to really be in this kind of career? Was it just wanting to be in like the footsteps of your dad, or was it like anything else?
I guess it's mostly I grew up farming and having cattle. And again, when I was 18, 4 months after graduation, I went up to the oil field. You know, hard work was always in my family. And that's just kind of what you grew up with. I mean, you got to have a drive. You got to have a go-getter. You got to... There was a lot that I wanted, and I got up and I got more than I could ever imagine.
You got more than what you bargained for.
Right. And so, what were we talking about?
What inspired you to pursue a blue-collar career?
Oh, okay. So I was on the right path.
Yeah, you were.
So, you know, and my dad too, you know, he worked for a paving company and, you know, farmed on top of it and everything like that. So I grew up around that. I always hung out with my dad and, you know, hearing all those guys talk about the fun they had and the experiences and, you know, the money they made, and it just kind of motivated me. And
It's definitely more fun than an office job, I'll tell you that.
right. So it's interesting because, you know, I never thought I would be in the construction. Like, I didn't think that was for me.
How do you feel about being like a role model for other women in this field? You know that you are.
It's a great achievement, I guess, because we don't really have a lot of women. In the last 3 years that I've been a part of the union, that we've had several women, at least a couple thousand, join the union. And
we are your guys' company?
No, this is just in general. Like, I'm talking like statewide.
Oh, okay.
Like there's been
How many are at your guys' company? Do you know?
I would say 5 or 6 if they're still here. I don't get to see the girls very often. So
Holy shit.
they're up north and I'm the only one down here.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've never had a girl but one on the same crew.
They're
so
girl laborers?
they're all operators.
I figured.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the one loader gal we have, she's awesome and I love her to death. And we get along pretty well and we've, you know, helped each other through quite a few things and we stay in touch and she actually runs a gravel pit for us. So
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about her.
yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
If she still does it, I don't know. But yeah, she's super cool. I hung out with her 2 years ago when we were on a really big job. And she was phenomenal. She was probably the nicest one I've came across so far.
They're not nice.
Well, some of them aren't.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, some of them, there were some stipulations that they had issues with, and they thought I was a target. It was not a target.
Lovely.
Not a target.
Oh,
But
lovely.
you'll have that at a very young age.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're young, they're learning, they're, you know.
Their frontal lobe will develop eventually.
Right. So just got to work with them. Just got to work with them, be done. So,
Catty.
yeah.
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 What's the coolest piece of equipment you've operated on?
Scraper.
The grub.
The grub. The grub worm. They are just immaculate machines. I love it. I just think that they are the coolest machine possible because you can do so much with them. I've put out fires with them. I have picked up brush with them. I have picked up rocks with them. Wiggle worming in there. And just the hardest thing on a scraper is trying to pick up sand.
Oh.
Sand is so fine.
Yeah.
And it is hard. And it took me 2 years to actually probably get a full load of sand without being pushed by a dozer. Oh. It is hard.
I bet.
And then the thing about those is when you get going up to speed, you can hit about 30, 40 mile an hour in a new one.
That shocks me.
And with the way they are put together, they get up to a certain speed and it wiggles. You kind of lose control. Like they start to wobble.
Like a death wobble?
Yeah.
What the
But bad.
fuck?
And you can lose control of them.
I bet.
And that was something I had to learn. And the fact that they ride really, really rough.
I was going to say, that would be very...
Yeah.
I would be nerve-wracking, probably.
And the coolest part about them is my favorite is probably Rompet. And those of you that don't know Rompet is a very old, like, G or H, I believe. And this thing is loud. It is obnoxious. And it rolls a ton of coal.
Hell yeah.
And this is something that just sounds nasty. And I'm a big diesel freak. So that thing is so old school that like when you pop the window open in on it, it literally has like a little ledge.
Holy shit.
They don't like just slide. They don't come down. No, this has like a little ledge to where you
like the old school windows.
Yeah. So your whole cab's rattling. You think the windows are going to fall out of them.
Oh my
and they're
God.
not. But they are just the most immaculate machine ever. I love scrapers.
I love it.
I love them.
You got any funny stories about work?
Oh my goodness.
Tell me.
Where do I begin?
Tell me.
So there's several. So there's some where you'll be in a scraper, for instance. And scrapers have big, large hooks on the front of them. And they also have like a little tail. I call it the tail. I'm sure there's another word for it, but I just can't think of it right now. And that hook goes on the back of them. And these scrapers can take a beating, okay? And you get a rowdy group.
Uh-huh.
And they will come in behind you and they will blast you.
Oh my God.
They will blast you. and you will go flying. Like dust will come off the dash.
Oh my God.
Or you'll be hauling across the field and you'll hook onto somebody behind them and you'll hit the brakes. Like, it's just screwing around. And then there's some times where, you know, the guys had really pushed me and made me get up on this big pile. And I got a little sideways and they thought it was the funniest thing.
Oh my God.
In the time of day. And, you know, on a lot of these jobs, they have water trucks. And whoever you get in a water truck, you have to really pay attention. Because if your door is open,
oh shit,
you're getting high pressured water into your cab.
I mean, is that so bad when it's hot out?
It's not bad, but when you are getting sandblasted by water, it is not fun.
No.
I would say there's several fun things we've done to each other and stuff. Like there's times where, like, you know, a coworker, it's my dad's best friend, he hates snakes.
I don't blame him.
So another coworker, actually two of my coworkers, we found this snake and we tried to get up on the stairs and like put it in the window.
You did not.
Yeah. And he rolled that window up so fast that we were dying laughing.
Oh my God.
And then to actually come out, it was actually a poisonous snake.
What?
And we didn't even know it. Yeah.
How big was it?
It was probably like a foot. I mean, it wasn't big. It was still a baby, but we were like, man, this is a weird looking snake. And it ended up being a Michigan rattler.
I forgot we have those. That's
Yeah.
fucking scary.
Yeah.
Or like the video you sent me, or it was in your story when the guys were, what were they even wrangling?
Oh, yeah. Where the high pressure hoses come out of the water mains or the sewer, or the storm drains, I should say. And we had a hose come flying out at high pressure speeds out of a fire hydrant. And Zach and Fluffy tried to manhandle this hose. And it was like a fire hydrant hose. And it was the funniest thing possible, watching two grown men fight a hose, water splashing everywhere.
It's like wrangle it like an alligator.
Yeah, wrangle it like an alligator. Get on that thing. You know, it's like... And this is at 9 o'clock at night, and we are just having a ball. We're having a ball.
That was so funny. When I saw that, I was dying.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's fucking
Or
funny.
somebody will get a dozer stuck.
Yeah, didn't that happen the other
instantly
day?
Pictures.
Like 2 or 3 times?
Any screw up you do, pictures.
Immediately.
Pictures.
Immediately.
Gotta have it. Because, you know, you gotta have those at the Christmas party, man. You gotta get it. You
yeah.
gotta get your award for the biggest screw up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so we have fun with that, and yeah, it's a good time. There's plenty more I could probably tell, but I don't think that's for social media.
No.
Nothing like that, but just without making it specifics.
How do you unwind after a long day of work?
Ooh, depends on the day.
Easy day.
You either drive the speed limit with the radio off, or you go to the bar. Or you just go home and literally turn the TV on, grab my dog, eat some food, and probably fall asleep with the food in my hand and just be done. Because it's just sometimes to that point where you are so tired and stressed out that you fall asleep exactly where you sit.
I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
like the other night when Zach wasn't driving fast.
Yeah.
He cracks me up. And he told me that. I was like, you literally said that. He goes, yeah, I sure as fuck did.
Yeah.
I promised Chelsea I would go.
He did. He was an honest man.
Yeah, because
I was surprised because I'm like that man is usually, for the last year that we were up at a really big job and we all left at the same time, Zach would pass me at an 80, 90 mile an hour just to get home.
Mm-hmm. Which
and I'm like,
that's
I don't blame you, dude. Like, but man,
I know.
I'm going.
Yeah, and then we got stopped, and I said, I need you to calm down
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I promise. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And
Honest
he kept
man.
his word. I
Honest
was like,
man.
cool, good.
Yeah.
You're not full of shit.
And I did text him. I said, don't let a ticket ruin your speed, man. He's like, I promised Chelsea I wouldn't. Good man. Good man.
dying. I'm like, you did not. He's like, swear to God. He
Yeah.
showed me his phone.
Yep.
It's really cute, but like, it's okay if you speed a little. Nope, I said I wouldn't.
I said I
like,
wouldn't.
Okay, bud. Because you're right. I would get like notifications from Life 360, be like, Zach completed his drive, but he was going 95 miles an hour. And I'm like, dude. Yeah. But then on the way to work, it's like 71.
Yeah. Going into work, you just want to take your time. You're going to listen to your music. You're going to have your coffee, Red Bull. Mm-hmm. And then you get there and you're like,
he doesn't drink energy drinks anymore.
Oh, that's right. He quit.
Did you hear what happened to him?
Well, I'll speak for the rest of us. We like our Red Bulls.
I mean, he likes coffee, but his rock stars, he was drinking like the 300 milligram ones.
Oh my God.
He had like 2 or 3 in a day. Every day.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
And he texts me, he goes, I think I just had a heart palpitation. I'm like, excuse me?
I feel like I have those so often.
There's like a little pop.
Yeah, I get those now and then.
Mm-hmm. That's from caffeine.
Oh, that's good to know.
And the next day he went cold turkey. I'm like, how do you not have a fucking headache?
You can't do that. That's like being a raging alcoholic. You can't just quit.
Dude, and he did.
That's crazy.
He had no caffeine for like 3 months.
That is insane.
How do you do that?
How do you cope?
I don't know. Because if I drink, like, okay, I've gotten bad. I drink instant coffee. It's very strong. There's like probably like 200 milligrams in there.
Okay.
So the serving size is 2 teaspoons. I put 2 tablespoons.
Chelsea.
If I don't drink that every day, migraine.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. And Zach is like, do you realize that means you're addicted? I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
It's awful. But yeah, he had no caffeine for months. And then randomly just started drinking like a cup of coffee, but never went back to his rock stars. I'm like, how did you go cold turkey on that much caffeine? I would have passed away.
Right.
Passed away.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like the amount of caffeine and nicotine that I know everybody at your crew has.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. What advice would you give to other women that want to pursue like a blue collar job?
You have to be stubborn. You have to be bullheaded. And you have to take shit with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. Lots of it.
Mm-hmm. But you also have to dish it back.
And you have to dish it back. Otherwise, they will walk all over you and eat you.
Uh-huh.
It's bad. I walked in with a whole different attitude when I started at this company. I was having fun. I was nice. I was respectful.
It was nice.
And I got rampaged on. I got walked on. And I said, okay.
JK.
So, this is how we're going to be? Okay, the 16-year-old Courtney is going to come back in a 24-year-old mindset. Let's get it, boys. I'm mouthy.
Here we are.
You know, you have to be, because these boys will give you shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They will.
The shit Zach tells
you.
me, I'm like.
They will torture you. They will. They can make your life miserable. Literally. They can bring your mental health down. So you have to really pay attention and have a strong backbone. And a lot of times, you don't need to take what they say all the time serious. No. Because most of the time, they're trying to get in your head and they're trying to screw with you because they think it's funny and they think it's fun. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's not, especially when you take your job seriously, like I do. I try and do my best. And there's times where there is several men on that company that will literally lead you down a rabbit hole when you think they're helping you and they're not.
That's very unfortunate.
And it is very unfortunate. And that's the sad part is, when you go, like, say, when you go from another crew, from one crew to another crew, are these people going to do the same thing that the last crew did? Mm-hmm. And, you got to really pick these people out, and you got to figure these men out now, because you will struggle.
Are you pretty good at reading people?
100%. I've been good at reading people ever since I moved away from home and reality grabbed a hold of me. I can easily pick it out.
Me too.
And I know how to set the tone. I know how to treat somebody. I know who's going to respect me, who's not. And you got to really figure it out. And there's some good ones. They'll throw curveballs at you that, this kid seems really nice. No.
He's full of it.
No, this kid's just miserable. And that's a lot of the times that I sit and think about as certain people is I sit in a loader all day, so I have a lot of time to think to myself.
It's just scary sometimes.
It is. You find anything funny. But there's just times where you are like, wow, I really thought that person was going to help me, and they end up not helping you. And it's hard. It brings you down, and then you got to figure out how you're going to do it. And then, sometimes there's a case where, and I've been through this, where you don't even know whether to ask the question or not, because you don't know what answer you're going to get, or, well, you should know this by now, or you should, but every job's different. Every job's, like I said, different, and the outcome is different. And it's like, okay, well, this is a new area. And what I mean by area is, you have materials all over. And, some jobs, if they're big enough, you have parts 2 miles down the road, and you don't even know it until somebody tells you.
That's crazy.
So when you ask a question like, hey, where's these megalugs? Well, don't you know where they're at? Well, no. Oh, well, they're 2 miles. They're 2 miles down the road at the spare lot. Okay, well, I didn't know we had a spare lot, so this is why I'm asking. We don't get to see, as operators, at least I don't, as a loader operator, I don't get to see blueprints.
Aren't you learning that?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be learning that this year. So far, I haven't learned it, but we're getting there. But, a lot of these jobs have blueprints to where, it says fire hydrant or, water main. Okay, I can start laying out ductile or water main and get ahead of these guys. But you don't know that until he tells you, okay, this is what you need to do. Okay, but where is everything? I get it's my job to figure that out, but how do I know where everything is if you don't show me?
You kind of have to know the why and the where.
Right. So, once I know where everything's at, it goes smooth, and I try and keep that area clean, because, a lot of these guys, they'll throw pallets, they'll throw the wood piece that sits on top with all the plastic wrapped around it. You try and keep all that clean, and hell, there's parts sitting underneath garbage. So it makes it hard. And then when you're in that situation, it burns up a lot of time. And then you have a foreman calling you, where are you at? Well, I'm still finding parts because they're strung out everywhere because I had the day off, or, somebody else came in here while we were at a different location, and now I can't find my stuff. So
you have a scavenger hunt every day.
Yeah, it gets complicated, but it all works out in the end, and we figure it out and get it done. So,
yeah, that's true. What keeps you motivated every day?
Probably my crew. When you spend all this time with these guys and you get comfortable, they motivate you, and you don't,
as cliche as it sounds, it's a family. But
it is. Those guys are like family, and you look up to them, and, once you get comfortable and you know who's good and who's bad,
Yep.
they motivate you to stay, because there's times where I wanted to be done, and it's like, I can't be done because I don't want to leave these guys.
Right.
You get comfortable with a crew, and you get working with each other, and you work so well with each other. You're like, I don't think I'll have this somewhere else. So I would say my crew pushes me, and I'm thankful for all those guys, and especially all the shit they give me. Thankful for that. But that's the best part, to where you can separate, serious situations to having fun and joking. Mm-hmm. You have to have that. Have to. If you're serious all the time, that's how you lose people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Obviously, we follow OSHA guidelines.
Yes. Here and there.
And also, you get the perks of wives making you food.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I've adopted you, so.
Yeah, last year Chelsea brought us, what was it, Burger King, I think? Yeah. And I had just gotten to Pipe Crew. I was brand new.
Yep.
And a lot of the guys' wives are usually kind of like smirky because there's a girl, and it's like, look, your husband could be my dad, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't want nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. And I gotta work with him every day.
And you're like,
he's your problem, honey.
I don't like him. I don't like him. I work with him all day long.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
His attitude sucks.
Right. And there is some foremans that are like a dad to me, and they know my situation because my dad passed away. So there is foremans that have stepped up to actually be a father figure. There's at least 3 of them. 3.
That is the sweetest thing.
Yep. There's 3 of them that check in, and they are the sweetest, and text me on Father's Day, hey, thinking of you.
Oh my God, you
on
just
today. Yeah. So they're super cool, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Do you ever get shit, like any of the guys that say, like, my wife's uncomfortable that there's a girl on the crew?
So there's been a couple situations where I've had other coworkers start unnecessary drama, and they have started rumors that weren't true because of boredom.
Oh.
And we've had to have conversations, and there's, proof of it. So it was actually a worked out situation with what happened, what was said, and then, that person got called out, and they ended up actually calling and apologizing. So
wow.
Yeah, so those type of situations, they get taken care of very quickly.
Yeah.
But there's some that don't.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's usually, well, there was one, but other than that, I've not had an issue.
That's good.
Most of the wives, they see us at the Christmas parties, and, they finally figure out who you are, and they actually probably feel really bad for me because I have to work with all these guys, and they got to go home to them, so they know what
I thought it
goes
was cool.
on.
Like when Zach was like, yeah, we got a girl operator. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of guys at work that absolutely love to see us females out there, and they are very helpful. They are very passionate, and they will protect us, or at least me. I can't speak for the other girls, but I'm sure they get the same thing. I have people, other, foremans and other employees that will call and say, hey, what did you now learn today? Or what did you want to learn today? I have those type of setups where I got lucky.
That's cool.
And a lot of these guys will help you. If you're struggling in a skid steer or something, or a backhoe, or, they will help you. Mm-hmm. And those are the people you want on your team.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people that push you.
Yeah. So it's really nice to have that relationship.
Mm-hmm. That's
especially
important.
out of a big company. You get a multiple. You get a big group of people to pick from. Mm-hmm. It's not just a small company where you're stuck. Mm-hmm. You have
with 4 people.
Right. You have like 5 to 10 people on a crew. So you get to, pick out those certain ones. Mm-hmm. And, when you get moved to another crew, you're like, yes, so-and-so's there. Heck yeah. You get to learn. And, some other crews, you're just like, oh.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, really
we'll still work together, but
it's like your favorite coworker. It's like, oh, thank God you're here.
Yeah, you're here too. We could be miserable together.
Exactly. You have a bonding moment because you hate it together.
Right, and then as soon as we get our jobs, Oh, they split us. Man.
And I'm really glad that you and I have like started to become close too, because it's very comforting knowing that I have someone that I can like talk to about this kind of
Yeah,
shit.
so back to the Chelsea thing. Since I went wandering, we're
Totally.
yapping now. So Chelsea brought us Burger King, and I was, like I said, new to Pipe Crew, and I was a little shy and a little scared because I'm like, great. This guy's wife is bringing us food. I don't even know if she knows there's another girl.
Oh yeah, I did.
And I was going through a bunch of other stuff too last year, and I just wasn't going to deal with it. And when she got out of the car, I kind of caught a vibe. I was like, she cool. She's kind of cool, but I'm not going to hang around. So I grab my food and I say, thanks, Zach's wife. And I gave her a thumbs up and I headed back to my loader and I ate in peace.
You sure did.
Zach said her name once and I couldn't remember it. So I said, thanks,
Totally
Zach's
fine.
wife.
Totes fine.
Yeah.
I'm Ashley. I'm Zach's wife. It's fine.
It's a mix. So then this year I started following her and I'm like,
How did we?
oh my
right.
God, this is Zach's wife.
That's right, because our mutual friend did those photos for your coworker.
Yep.
Like, why is he on my FYP? I'm like, that's weird. He works with Zach. And then like you followed me. That was hilarious.
And I stalked your page and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know she did any of this. And then I just started commenting on all of her videos. And then I seen she did podcasts with blue collar people. And I'm like, we should do a women's blue collar podcast.
And I'm so excited that you're my first
here
one.
we are.
Yeah. We're here.
Yeah. We're going to have to do another one.
We will. We will. What is your vision for the future of women in blue collar jobs?
I hope women take over. I hope they empower. I think
there will be an influx for sure.
I think they are now to a point where there's a lot of women joining. And I'll tell you what, there is some good, these ladies are probably 60, 70 years old that I know that don't work for our company, but they work for other companies. And They are bad bitches.
Cool.
They are bad to the bone. And they are good.
Year 7.
Yeah, they're good operators. And there's even women that I have found, and this is a cool thing. I actually have a really good friend, and her name's Lily. And we became friends through her hauling for us.
So cool.
So I've made a lot of friends, and,
we should have her come back.
Yeah.
And then you with her.
Yeah, she would love that.
That'd be fun.
And she is a bad to the bone girl too. She is.
Is she your
love
age?
her. Yeah, she's a little younger than me, but she's got her CDL. She drives trucks, so she's badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's cool, and you meet all these people along the way, and you get used to these people, and now we're on headsets for half the day talking and yapping, and it's so much fun.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I really hope that women get more involved, because not only are you learning, but you're also learning a trade, and there's so many benefits to it. Just like I'm going to the operating engineers, it's awesome what they teach you. And the benefits that you get out of it. And just, when you're at the school with all these other girls, we walk in there, we don't really know much of what's going on. Especially I didn't, because this was something new to me. So, we go in and we learn about the equipment, and then you learn how to operate them. And then when you go back to work, you know what you're doing. So I really hope that a lot of girls keep joining. I know it's hard, and I know men can be really hard to work with, but you got to out one ear and out the other. You're going to have bad days regardless, because I have them all the time.
Honestly, I think it'd be easier to work with men than in a bitchy ass office space.
Yes.
With a lot of catty women that talk shit about you.
Yep.
Coming from someone that has been in that, you don't want to go to office work if you're enjoying what you're doing now, even a smidge.
Right. And you're in your own piece of equipment. Sometimes you might have an interaction, but, usually it's pretty laid back and going.
Yeah, because I'll tell you some of the shit.
Oh, I bet. I can tell you some stories, but certain individuals might see this and I might get in trouble, but yeah, there's situations where it gets ugly and hairy and you're just like, why am I here?
But that's literally why I had to quit my job and work for myself. I don't have any fucking coworkers.
Right. Must be nice.
It's a me problem. I take accountability for
Right.
I'm the problem. I had to leave.
Yeah. I just took myself out.
Dude. Oh my god. Couple more. Okay. We're at 56 minutes. Okay. How do you balance the physical demands of your job with your personal life?
You don't. We have no life.
No, you don't.
From the time of April until November.
Yep.
At least I do.
You
I know
don't.
some people work through the winter, but you don't.
Nope.
You don't make plans. You don't
no.
make a schedule.
No.
You gotta, if you want time off, you gotta place at least a month ahead of time. Month or two ahead of time. Yeah, it's hard. And when you work from 7 a.m. till 7, 8 o'clock like we have, you know, I got to go home and I still have to make lunch for the next day. I have to shower. I have to feed my dog. I have to also go take care of my cattle.
Yep.
You know, so I'm watering, I'm feeding, cleaning pens, you know, especially in this heat.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I have fans going at home for them cows and they're in a barn, you know, I'm watering sawdust down. So it's very time consuming, you know, and then you go home and go to bed late. And obviously I have a very pretty house and I have lots of flowers. So I have to water my flowers. So it's just a lot of time consuming.
Flowers.
Yeah, my flowers are so pretty. They're huge. They're like the size of this table.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They're fluffed out.
They're
They are. They're huge. I don't know what I'm feeding them things, but they are.
You got well
big.
water? That's good well water.
It is well water. And I give them some like, I don't know, it's like called not Miracle Grow or anything like that, but it's like a bluish looking rat powder. And
In the water?
yeah.
Uh-huh. That stuff's amazing.
But what I do is I take the scoop and I just dump it in there.
Yeah.
And then I put the water inside the thing. And they have just
That's what I do.
poof.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it looks real sketchy.
Yeah.
Like real sketchy.
And they're just fluttered. They're beautiful. They're,
The plant food.
yeah. Yep. That's it.
Good.
Yeah. And I didn't believe the lady because she was like, you should do this once a week. And I'm like, that thing is like $25 a bin. Yeah, I do mine once a week.
Because I do mine like every 3. Oh, maybe I should start doing it
Once a week.
more.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you got to make sure they're in a big pot though.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like huge.
Yeah.
Mine's in like a barrel.
A barrel.
A barrel. They're huge. And they have just poofed.
So since
Huge.
you have no life, it's obviously hard to date people.
Yes. I've actually broken up with somebody this year because work schedule. It's bad and it's not fair to that person. It's really not.
You gotta really fucking understand.
And people have to understand that, you know, and that's the thing, like, it's hard.
It is not for the weak.
No, and I'm the type to where I'm at that age to where I'm like, I just want to go home. I want my dog
You want your peace.
and I want to strip down and be comfortable. I don't want to cater.
No.
I don't want to talk.
No.
Because if I get yapping, we're both going to be mad. So I like to come home, loving my dog,
Hang
sleep
out with
on the couch.
Mav.
If I want to fall asleep on the couch in peace, I'm going to fall asleep on the couch in peace. You know, that's just how it is. You
Yep.
know, it's hard. And, you know, every day's a different day. And it's, you know, to where, you know, I could make plans with you. Oh, yeah, we're going to get off early.
You don't say
ever
things
say
like
that
that.
word.
Don't say
Don't ever say that word out loud. Because it never ends up working. And
I hate when Zach texts me, it's going to be an easy day. I'm like,
yeah,
you
don't
need
say
to
that.
unsend that text.
Don't say that because then you're going to have, like, again, like I said,
A water main break.
Water main breaks.
gonna
You're going to
happen.
have all sorts of stuff or an excavator and a power line or,
Yep.
you know, it's just,
Yep.
you never know. You never know.
Nope. And it's funny. So, like, there's no way to prepare somebody for dating or being married to somebody in the trades at all. You just fucking have to do
Right. And that's the thing. And like sometimes our locations are like an hour or two away, so not only did you just get off at 7 o'clock, now you're not going to be home until 8 or 9, depending on where you live.
Yep.
And we're off by 2 on Saturday, and then we have Sundays off. Okay, well, I just worked almost 80 hours a week. I still have laundry to do.
Yep.
I still have dishes.
Yep.
I have to go grocery shopping. I have to clean my house.
That's why you need to do Shipped.
What is that?
Girl, they deliver to your house. It's the best fucking thing on planet Earth.
Yeah, but what's it cost?
$7.
What?
Yeah.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. I do it every time.
I do it every time.
Or grocery pickup. Every time.
See, I can do grocery pickup, but see, the thing with grocery pickup is I want to see what I'm buying. And I'm a big fruity kind of gal.
You could be very specific. You'd be like, these strawberries need to look like immaculate strawberries. Like, you can
do
leave
that?
notes. Yeah, girl. Oh, yeah. You gotta work smarter, not harder.
I didn't know you could do
Save
that.
me 2 hours of my day, please.
But see, when I know what I want, I go to the same store, same spot.
I mean, I order the same stuff. So you go on the app and you just bleep, 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 order, done.
Yeah, see, that was my biggest fear of doing food like that is I want to make sure that this is going to last. I don't want no nasty, half rotten.
So they text you too, and they'd be like, this is what these strawberries look like. And you'd be like, the ones on the left.
Oh, no way.
There was one time, and this is probably a horrible thing, this ship shopper was the bomb, okay? She's like, so there's like 4 amazing strawberries in this container. Do you want me to swap them with these 4 strawberries? And she did.
What a girl's
I'm like,
girl,
love
man.
you. Love you. And she'd always grab my order. I'd be like, can you please be a G and grab my order every time?
I will pay you extra.
I did. I tip her.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you right now, Shipped is the tits. This is not sponsored, but it should be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it saves me so much time because literally all I have to do is walk out my front door, grab my groceries, and put them away. Mm-hmm. That's it. I don't have to fucking do shit.
How late do they deliver, though?
Midnight.
Oh, my God.
They do it throughout the night. You can literally pick a time at like 2 a.m.
That is insane.
I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. When Zach and I figured out you could do that, he's like, I'm never going shopping again. I do it so often, and this is probably not good. I do it so often, I don't know where shit is in the store anymore.
Right.
That's how much I do it.
Right.
And it is a luxury,
Yeah.
but it saves me so much fucking time because you also have to think where we live. We're like 30 minutes from a store.
Right. Yeah.
Like an actual store. But yeah, as soon as we figured out that you could do that, I started. So when we lived in our first house and where I was working before at this credit union. You good?
Yeah. You can go ahead.
You're good. They would not come to our house because we lived like right on the line where they wouldn't deliver, which was so annoying. So I would make sure I had the time right. They would show up when I'd get off work and they just put their groceries in my trunk where I worked.
Oh, my God.
You could do that at your
That's
job
insane.
site. You'd be like, pinpoint my location and they'll fucking come to you. I'm not kidding. It's the coolest thing ever.
That is insane.
I have to show it to you.
download this after this podcast.
Dude, it's life changing. I'm telling you. It saves me like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
I'm a big Amazon person, though, too.
Oh, me too.
Big. Anything. Hangers? I could have went to Dollar General 2 minutes up the road, but no.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't want to go.
No. I love Amazon.
And hangers will be here tomorrow, and guess what? The laundry's still going to be there tomorrow.
Yep. It's fine.
It's fine.
Have you ever faced skepticism or doubt from coworkers?
100%. Lots of failures, and especially foremans.
Which is sad.
Yeah, it is. I shouldn't say foremans, I should say foremen, but yeah, it's sad, and especially when you're a female and you're, and as a female, you have to work twice as hard
Do you think you're proving a point?
to No, I wouldn't even say well, that too, but I'm saying like us women in this industry have to work 2 to 3 times harder to show that we can do this. So when you have somebody else, you know, especially a higher up or a foreman or a superintendent, whatever they may be, and they're leading you down a rabbit hole, it mentally destroys you.
I believe it.
You know, and it's tough to deal with, because, you know, you don't know who to talk to about it, because that should be the person you should be able to talk to about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, thankfully, if you got good coworkers, they'll help you work through it and stuff too. And that's what I have mostly been blessed with. And
Yes.
it's a tough subject. And like I said, you got to pick out who those people are that are there for you and who's not, because you will go down a rabbit hole and it will mentally destroy you. You know, and you're trying to do your best. And then, you know, like for me, there's a crew that, you know, will make me question myself twice. You know, because that's just how they are. That's just who they are.
Yep.
Or, you know, some of them are joking with you and some of them aren't. Some of them want to see you fail because, one, you're a female. Two, there is several men that absolutely are in love with me, and it's just not going to happen. And they will do anything to steer you in the wrong way. It is petty stuff like that that really hurt people.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, you try and talk about it, and, you know, there's people that have been so supportive, and then there's some people that think it's absolutely funny, and it's not. It's not.
It's fucked up.
It is.
It is fucked up.
It is.
Oh. What's the most empowering moment you've had on your job?
What does that mean?
Like, made you feel like a bad bitch?
I would say... Damn, I gotta think about this one. There's not very many. I would say probably running a dozer without GPS.
That sounds scary.
It is, because the bigger the dozer I feel like there's just so much more than a little tiny John Deere. I don't know the series of it, but, you know, them small ones, they're pretty nifty to get used to, and then you jump in a big one and you're like, how do I do this?
What do I do with my hands?
Right. It's like, what do I do? I can't cross them because we have no GPS. But I would say that's probably the biggest thing, is trying to get a dozer and knowing if you're level and knowing how deep you are, or whether you're rolling dirt off the blade, or trying to figure out measurements. I would say that's trying to figure out a dozer is probably the number one empowering moment. And I have conquered that several times, and I've actually had several other foremen come to me and say, I think you're going to be a good loader and dozer operator here.
That's awesome.
So it makes me feel better, because those are the two that I'm usually in, because we use a dozer to, you know, backfill the trenches, and you've got to watch stuff. I mean, you got, you know, your fiber lines, and you got all this stuff running through there, and you got guys in a hole, you know, and trying to pack it down, and then you're running a roller on top of it and trying to make sure you're doing, you know, sometimes you can do an 18-foot lift, or you can do a 2-foot lift. You know, you got to know those measurements, because GPS isn't always going to be there to tell you. So that's probably my most empowering moment, is trying to figure that out. You know, an excavator, it can get pretty easy, because you know, you can always measure your bucket. You know, your bucket could be 5 foot, you know, tall or wide or whatever. You know, you can measure your teeth, and you can see those points on a bucket to where it makes it easier. But a dozer, you have a straight blade or curved blade or whatever you may be working with, you know. So that's probably my biggest empowering moment.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about like the guys becoming like your family and all that. Back to the mental health question. This is not on my list. This is just me thinking this. How do you feel like, because you guys are around each other so fucking much, how do you feel like you guys cope, essentially, with like things that are hard mentally? Do you guys talk about these kinds of things, or is this more of like you keep it in and then it builds up and then you explode kind of thing?
So it depends on the situation. So there's, one crew that you can't talk about anything like that bothers you. Otherwise, you're being told that you're crying, or you're being a baby, or you're being too sensitive, is what I was told, when these were actually serious situations.
That's fucked up.
And, with pipe crew, we can all have a circle meeting and we can all sit there and talk on a calm level and actually get our point across, and your foreman actually listens, and he's there. Mm-hmm. He's there. He's been through a lot in life too, and again, dad mode. You can talk to this guy about anything and he will be there to back you up, support you, listen. He's even willing to change things on a crew, so it kind of depends on what situation you're in.
The guys feel comfortable talking to you about things that bother them? Are you their therapist?
There's a couple, yeah. There's actually a couple of guys that do actually come to me and talk to me about stuff and, what they should do, because you got to be careful who you tell things to, because one person will go and tell another, and then other people are finding out. So there is a couple guys that, kind of know some of the situations I've been put in, and they'll ask, what did you do, or who'd you go to, or, certain things like that, and it's, yeah, they're comfortable.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
And especially being a female, they know it's hard. A lot of these guys see how some of these guys treat you. Mm-hmm. You're getting screamed at, you're getting cussed at, and I get it. It's out one ear, out the other. It is how it is, but still there comes a point where you can't treat people like that. But, it's part of the job, and you really just, like I said, got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to buckle down. Mm-hmm. And it just is what it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, some of them guys do come and talk to me, and, they'll even come to me and say, hey, look, you were acting a little different. What's going on? And it's like, okay.
It's nice when they can read you, too.
Right. And that's what, a lot, some of our meetings in the wintertime that we have is mental health, and they'll bring a girl in. She's so sweet.
I think that is the coolest thing that they do that.
Yeah, I just wish they would talk more on women's mental health, because I get it that men have mental health probably worse than us women do, but
they do.
When us females are in this industry, I feel like that should be more talked about, because there's a lot of things we get accused of that aren't true.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
We're hanging.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. One minute I'm pregnant with somebody's kid, and then the next I'm doing this or doing that. And it's not just me. This is everywhere. Even our safety lady got put through that.
Oh my God.
Literally.
That is so stupid.
And she talks about it. She uses it as a reminder to people of, hey, don't be doing this.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So, it's, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely, I need to talk about that.
Yeah. That should be another separate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, on my TikTok.
Yeah.
That's something I never even thought about.
Yeah. I just wish she would talk more on, like, the sexual harassment stuff, the rumor type stuff. Us women have to deal with a lot, and we're already trying to learn on top of it. And again, we are trying to prove ourselves 3 times as much as a man would have to. Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And these men don't compliment you. Hey, good job in that dozer. Now,
you also have to think that stems from their childhood, too, I'm sure.
Right. And I'm not going to say that they don't, because there is a handful that I can count on my hand that have told me I was doing a great job. Mm-hmm. And they still to this day do it. Foremen, everything. Like people, coworkers, everything. But there is a lot that doesn't get talked about enough. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of mentally destroying because, especially after a long day when you know you did a good job, it's nice to hear, hey, go home, relax. Mm-hmm. You did a really great job today. Mm-hmm. Even though you got frustrated,
yep,
you really did a good job today.
Yep. Is Zach nice to you?
Every time.
You're good.
And if he's not, I'm making one phone call.
Your husband's being...
Yeah. He yelled at me.
Yelled at me. Has he yelled at you?
No.
Okay, good.
No, he was not.
Well, that was the end of the episode. My camera decided to stop recording, so thank you for joining us for Hanging with Hayes, and we look forward to you